This is the Fantasy Roadshow.
Heyo, welcome in to another episode of the Fantasy Roadshow hosted by Kulz and Truck. I'm Truck, he's Kulz. You can find me on Twitter at fantasy_truck, or you can find him on Twitter at Kulz_sports. Make sure you follow the show while you're at it, at Fantasy Roadshow. Check out the Substack, thefantasyroadshow.substack.com. We're back here for a Thursday night football watch-along live stream. We're hanging out. We're getting into it. We're going to be talking week 3 matchups, going over the entire slate, discussing our pick'ems, who we got in these matchups, and Kulz, what's going on, man?
No more ghost stories. I got my fucking bright light.
Oh, you got a new setup?
Yeah, I got my influencer, my influencer light or the ring.
Nice.
Yeah, nothing's going on. Just watching the game. Giants have the ball here, so they've looked horrible this season so far. So let's see what they can do against the best defense in the league.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how dominant this San Francisco defense can be this game. So we'll see what happens. But
right now, we'll see. I think that was Wan'Dale Robinson. He's back for the Giants. Obviously, Saquon's down. I saw Breida had a nice run. It's going to really all come down to Danny Dimes, what he can do with no weapons, which he's had most of his career. So,
yeah, we saw what he did last week, man. He really it had a second half comeback last week. So we'll see if he can make some magic happen. But yeah, I'm out here in Milwaukee. I got a nice spotted cow, a little brewski for a Thursday night football. You know, how's life in Austin?
It's great. Hot take on spotted cow. I actually don't like it. I think everyone loves it, and it's like kind of overrated in my mind. It's just too hoppy.
Yeah, hot take. I enjoy a nice hoppy beer. Spotted cow is delicious. If you haven't had one, go get one. It's really good.
Milwaukee's a nice little town, though.
Oh yeah, Milwaukee's nice. It reminds me of I'm on the south side of Milwaukee right now, and it reminds me of like the south side of Chicago, where it's just a little seedy. Watch out, you know. So hey, big news yesterday. Cam Akers traded to the Minnesota Vikings. What is your initial reaction when you hear that?
I think of Lizzo.
What do you mean you think of Lizzo?
Lizzo. So she has that Minnesota Vikings song.
Oh, yeah, she references the Vikings in one song. So Cam Akers gets traded, and you immediately think, oh, that Lizzo song. That's a good song.
From the Minnesota Vikings. Yeah, I think that. I mean, that's really good for us and our exposure. It makes me feel really fucking smart. Because preseason, my whole stance on Madison was that he is not the guy, and they're going to have a really slow start, and they're going to have to scramble. And not that they're going to have to scramble, but they're going to look for answers on how to fix it quickly. That's exactly what they're doing. For it to happen to a player who we have some good exposure on in Akers, and we have zero exposure on in Madison, it could set up for a very, very beneficial year if we can have Akers take control of that offense. He has the connection with Kevin O'Connell, who was there when he was drafted with the Rams. So, I mean, it's setting up to be a great, great move for us. But I mean, that's what I was saying early on in the season. Like, if the Vikings start slow, what change?
Yeah.
And
so
I
think what you're trying to say, Cam Akers is the best running back. He's better than Alexander Madison. So do you think what's the work share?
Yeah,
How do you think that timeshare? Do you think Cam Akers immediately gets the majority, or does that take time?
I think it's probably like he has to learn the playbook, in which it shouldn't be a big deal. O'Connell will get him caught up to speed. I think it's like probably 50-50, or they just kind of split drives, and then the alpha takes over. For me, I mean, I don't even necessarily, I think he is the better talent, but like, who cares? That's what's going to happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's setting up for, Akers to take over, and Madison I didn't think it was going to happen in 2 games. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, me neither.
But that's because I thought they would beat the Bucks game 1, and then I thought they'd lose, Chargers, and they have Chiefs, Niners at home. Like, I thought it was going to start ugly. Didn't think it was going to start 0-2 ugly, but here we are,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that shakes out, but I'm excited for Cam Akers starting fresh. That was an ugly situation with Sean McVay.
Yeah, he whatever happened there, you won't know. It was all behind closed doors. But I can't believe you don't like that Lizzo song.
I never said I don't like the Lizzo song. I'm just shocked that that's your initial reaction when you hear about a trade to the Vikings. You're like, oh, that Lizzo song.
Lizzo.
Yeah. We are live right now on YouTube and Twitter. Everybody watching right now, we appreciate you watching. Feel free to drop a comment if you have any questions or just want to mention something along the way. We appreciate it.
Or shoot the shit.
Yeah, shoot the shit. Today we're going to be getting into Mike. How you doing in our Pick'em League? It's been
Horrible.
2 weeks now. Horrible. Yeah. What's your record?
To be honest, I'm not going to make excuses. I'm
proud of you.
I'm 16-16.
Oh, okay.
Which for me is extremely bad with just picking straight up. That's just unacceptable, but I'll make big moves here pretty soon. Starting this week, honestly, I bet you I have a really, really good week. Just knowing how I typically pick and how the slate currently looks. Having an outstanding Survivor. I know we talked Survivor on this episode, and me and technology. Me and technology, baby.
The setup is a work in progress, huh? You're right. Survivor, I'm very happy with through the first 2 weeks. We knocked off some.
Of course, I didn't do this right. Yeah.
The couple teams we picked for Survivor are, pretty bad teams. So we were able to cross those bad teams off and hold on to some good teams later on in the season. I'm excited to see who you have for Survivor pick this week as we get into the slate. So don't drop any hints yet, but I can't wait.
Okay. Well, yeah. The way that Survivor has set up for me this year it could not be any better. So, that's really all I got. Interesting injury news this week. Waddles can look, or I guess, should we get into that now? Yeah, let's do it.
Well, yeah, what I was going to say is we can bring up the injuries as we go through the matchups. Okay. As we talk about each game, we'll mention who's injured, their chances of playing, that kind of thing. So you want to just jump right into it?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, everybody, buckle up. All right. So outside of this game, what's the first Sunday game you want to talk about? Are we doing going down the slate? So Titans, Browns, Tennessee Titans at the Cleveland Browns. How do you see this playing out? Who are you picking in the Pick'em League, and what's your fantasy fallout?
Titans, Browns. So I think that the Browns are going to bounce back. 1 second. I think the Browns are going to bounce back. And so that was a horrible loss. Deshaun Watson has a lot to prove right now. So I think that the Titans have a great run defense, and the Browns, who have a great running offense, just lost Nick Chubb. So there's going to be a little bit of a learning curve, if you will. To be honest, Jerome Ford looked awesome stepping in for him. So there's that. But yeah, I think the Browns are going to win. I don't think the Titans are that good this year. So that defense is, it's a Vrabel-led team. So the defense is there. But I think that it's going to be Watson proving what type of passer he is. So I think Cooper's going to have an outstanding game. I think Njoku, who's starting to get more involved, has a great game. And then, Elijah Moore is going to continue to be just used in a creative way, and his role is going to kind of increase as we go.
Dude, he had so many plays last week where he was out of bounds or the play just kind of fell apart. But man, if he makes some of those catches or if he's in bounds in some of those plays, that would have been a big game for him. He had like 9 targets.
9 targets, 3 catches. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, come on. So I think he's going to have a bigger game than he had last week. I do have the Browns winning this game. For me, to see the Titans struggle last week, I don't see any chance of them being able to do much against this Cleveland Browns defense. So for me, it's can Deshaun Watson overcome that Titans defense that's looked pretty good through the first 2 weeks, and I think they make it happen. Do we know? I mean, Kareem Hunt's not going to play this game, right? He just got signed. There's no way he jumps into the lineup right away.
So the only thing I'll say about that is like he knows the playbook already. So there's not like that. There's not that learning curve.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you they play him a little bit just to see what kind of like game shape he's in. Supposedly he's like 10 pounds less than the best shape he's been in. I forget which year. He's supposedly lean and looking good. So they may throw him in there for a few drives and see what kind of game shape he's in. But I mean, I don't think he's going to have that huge of a role anyways. I think if Ford's going, it's Ford's backfield and, Hunt's there just as support to kind of stagger every once in a while. Sorry, I'm watching Eli Mitchell.
What's going on with Eli Mitchell?
He's in this drive and has had 2-yard carries. I was hoping for him to break one off. I have a over rushing.
Oh, what was the line you got him at?
What is that, Purdy? 28.5.
Oh, okay. Not bad.
So need 30 yards rushing from him. But that's how I feel about that game. I completely agree with you that the Browns defensive line is outstanding, the best in the league. Probably Myles Garrett. Have you seen his fucking arms?
Yeah. Who else is big too, though? Derrick Henry. So, that'll be I don't think Derrick Henry does much, but it's funny when 2 juggernauts like Derrick Henry and Myles Garrett go head to head. That'll be a fun matchup. But I think the Browns win. I don't think it's much of a contest.
I mean, I think it's going to be tough for the Titans to get things going, and Watson's going to be proving that he's not washed like everyone's saying he is this week, kind of like Josh Allen did last week. So I'm good on that game. I mean, that's what I think.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you. All right, how about Atlanta Falcons at the Detroit Lions? The brand new Lions and the 2-0 Atlanta Falcons. Do the Falcons stay undefeated? Can they go into Detroit and win this game? What do you think?
So I think that this is gonna be a really fun game. The line I thought opened at like 5.5, and now it's at 3. So, a lot of sharp money apparently said that line was too big, and I would be interested to see what that looks like. But yeah, I mean, a field goal game is probably what I would put it at. I think the Lions are a good football team, not great. They have a lot of cleaning up to do. Amon-Ra's dinged up. I mean, Falcons are a good football team. I want to say that the Lions win a field goal game. I mean, Bijan's going to have a huge day. Hopefully they let Gibbs open up a little bit, but I don't know. That's
what I was going to bring up.
Yeah.
The fact that David Montgomery is I know he's still questionable for this week, but I don't think he plays this week.
No, there's no chance.
Yeah. So what kind of game can Gibbs have? I'm sure the Gibbs owners are probably like just chomping at the bits. They've been waiting for this time. So it seems like it's Gibbs. I know the other running back there is Craig Reynolds. I think we picked him up in a couple leagues on the waiver wire just to see what he can do for a week or two. But Yeah, what do you
do not sleep on
Gibbs?
Craig? Do not sleep on Craig Reynolds. No, I'm serious. Like,
no, I know.
He's gonna have the exact same role as Montgomery, just a little bit less, I would say.
Yeah, you could see this week with Craig Reynolds with three.
That's
three
what he's going to do. They're not going to.
You think Craig Reynolds is going to have 3 touchdowns? You think he's going to have 3?
I just skipped or something. That was weird. What's happening right now?
Nothing's happening. I don't know what just happened, but nothing is happening.
Did my screen just freak out?
No, I didn't see it freak out. I just thought that was weird. I'm not sure what happened, but I think.
Where did you get the 3 touchdowns thing from?
Well, when I said that,
because
of Craig Reynolds could have, you could see him having 3 touchdowns this week, and you said that that's what's going to happen.
No,
that's why I was like, you're going to have 3.
No,
he's going to have 3 rushing. Do you really think he's going to have 3 rushing?
Something just happened. We just skipped. So what I was saying is he's going to step into David Montgomery's role. Like that's the type of running back he is, and they're not going to just throw Gibbs out. Like the game plan stays the same with Gibbs.
Yeah,
his role will increase a little bit because they'll need his production, but that's the type of running back that Craig Reynolds is. And you watched Hard Knocks, Bosa. You watched Hard Knocks. They absolutely love Craig Reynolds. He was not like this crazy talent. I think he was undrafted and went somewhere pretty underwhelming, if I remember his story correctly. But they're like, this guy has fucking heart. He's the hardest working guy in the team. Like, he's going to step into that role and he'll do fine. He'll do nothing crazy, but he'll give them what they need. So, he'll be involved. It's not going to be all Gibbs. That being said, if you're a Gibbs owner, you still are chomping at the bit,
Yeah.
Did you see that Bosa sack?
No. So as we talked right before the stream, I am quite a few plays behind you. I'm not sure what's going on with Milwaukee's Amazon Prime stream, but I tried to catch up and that's not happening. So try not to ruin too much for me over there, but yeah. So you're saying Lions. I think the Lions as well. It's going to be a close game.
I mean, that's a coin flip. I sorry to cut you off. I want to just say I probably am on Lions because do I think the Lions start 1-2 and do I think the Falcons start 3-0? Just from what I would think an NFL season looks like, I would say I don't think Lions start 1-2, but I think it's probably a Lions field goal game.
I think the Lions are the better team from what we've seen through the first 2 weeks, even though the record indicates otherwise. But I think the Lions get this win at home. It's going to be a close game, and the Falcons could easily pull out the victory. But I'm going to ride with the Lions, even though David Montgomery's out, even though Amon-Ra supposedly has turf toe. He's got a plate in his foot now, so we'll see what happens. But I think the Lions still pull it out.
Yeah. Agreed there.
All right. How about the New Orleans Saints taking on the Green Bay Packers in Green Bay at Lambeau? This one, talking about a coin flip, this one could go either way, more so for me than the Falcons and Lions game.
It's the same exact game to me.
Is it?
Kind of.
Yeah, no, I can see that. It's similar. My first question is Christian Watson going to play? Missed the first 2 weeks. Is he on track to play? Have you heard anything about him? I'm seeing right here from Deepak Chona, one of the fantasy doctors on Twitter.
60% chance Watson.
Yeah, practice progression shows him with a 60% chance.
Look at the screen. We got Alex.
Oh, Alex, thanks for the question. This guy is giving me Mike Williams and Miles Sanders for Josh Jacobs. My other running backs are Breece Hall, James Cook. Also, my wide receivers are T. Higgins, Zay Flowers, and Jackson Smith and Jigba.
I think that's a lot for Josh Jacobs. I'm probably punching that trade in. I don't know about you. I don't love Jacobs this year.
Neither do I. I think I take it. Mike Evans looks really good. And Baker's been able to get him the ball. Yeah, I think I'm taking that. I like Miles Sanders this year too, so I would do that trade, Alex.
That's because Mike Evans is really good. I want to talk about that just so Alex has a little bit more like to go off of from us.
Yeah.
Josh Jacobs I do not think is a top 5 running back like he was last year. Miles Sanders is someone who will have a huge role all season, regardless of how shitty they are. So you're going to have that. The volume's going to be there for Sanders. So I think that spread is a lot closer than you think between the two of them. So you're basically getting a free Mike Evans, and judging by your receivers, you could use that. You don't have a, true wide receiver one. And you have Breece Hall, who is getting healthier. He could end up being your RB1. And then James Cook. Awesome.
Yeah.
So I would do that trade. Your wide receivers get a lot better, and you
especially
back depth.
Especially T. Higgins dealing with that Joe Burrow injury. What's going to happen there? So yeah, definitely grab you some Mike Evans and Miles Sanders. But thanks for the question, and anybody out there, feel free to chime in as well. Where were we, Mike? Were we talking still Saints Packers, right?
Yep. Saints Packers. I have that being another home team by a field goal. Let's say that.
Okay.
I don't know.
What about Aaron Jones? Average timeline is 2 weeks for a mild hamstring. It's like 50-50 right now whether or not he's going to play.
Alex, thanks for subscribing. Please come back. Appreciate the question. Jones, is he going to play? Yeah, I would think so. This is a huge game.
They need him.
Yeah,
dude, what is going on with AJ Dillon? He just sucks.
He does just suck. I think if you can bounce back this week after blowing that game, that's huge. I think they do. I just like Aaron Jones in that. Here's the real question is, do they win that game last week if Aaron Jones is there? Having that veteran presence in the huddle being like, all right, this is what's happening this game. I like Jones being back, Watson being back. Saints defense is good, but Carr's not really always great on the road. That's going to be a fun game to watch. I'm excited for it.
I'm excited to see someone by the name of Kendre Miller. Okay. Kendre Miller seems to be the running back that's going to get the majority of the carries this weekend in Lambeau. Green Bay has a stronger pass defense than their rushing defense. So I'm excited to see what Kendre Miller can do in his first action in the NFL. He's got quite the opportunity this week. Jamal Williams injured. Alvin Kamara still suspended. Tony Jones and Taysom Hill. I think they're going to be giving the ball to Kendre Miller more so than those two.
I'm not like a huge Kendre guy, but this would certainly be his opportunity.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah. So that'll be fun.
So who are you taking?
Packers by a field goal.
I have the Saints. I have the Saints winning that game. And probably by a field goal. It's going to be a close game. And I can't wait to watch that game along with the Falcons and Lions.
If the Saints are 3-0 and they get Kamara back, watch out.
Yeah. They look good, man. I mean, Derek Carr he's still a good quarterback. So I think they can win that game. Especially if Christian Watson's still out and Aaron Jones is still out. So I'll bank on that. So how about the next one? The Denver Broncos are 0-2 taking on the Miami Dolphins, who are 2-0 in Miami. Dolphins by a landslide.
I got the Broncos covering.
Okay. What's the spread?
Right now it's 6.5. I'm going to just continue with my trend right now, and I'm going to say Dolphins by a field goal.
All right, there's gonna be a lot of games decided by a field goal, according to Kulz. So, I can see it happening, but
The last three.
I just think with the Denver Broncos defense is not kind of what we're used to seeing.
Good.
Hasn't been good, and I think the Miami Dolphins is one of the best in the league right now, or their offense. So, I think Miami wins by a large margin. I don't know what that number would be, but what was the spread? Did you say?
I think it started at 7. It's at 6.5.
Yeah, I think they win by more than a touchdown.
Yeah, I think it's under a touchdown. I think that the Broncos, their defense has been a mess, but it was their strong suit last year. Surtain probably follows Tyreek Hill around the field. Waddle is going to be out.
Yeah.
So I just don't. I think there's a lot of value right now. There's a lot of value right now on the Dolphins because of their, win against the Chargers, how that was probably the most exciting game of week 1. And then they go and take care of business against the Patriots on Sunday night. So public's opinion of the Dolphins is very high. And typically when that happens, there's some value. So I don't know. I like it under a touchdown, and Dolphins win because the Broncos are the Broncos.
Yeah, I get that. Man, Raheem Mostert had a great game last week. Salvon Ahmed, what's going on with him? Their backup running back, groin injury, right? So, does that mean some opportunities for little Devon A-Chain, huh?
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
Yeah, I'm that's my sneaky pickup of the week. We've talked earlier today. I think that's like a great pickup right now.
Little stash.
You never know. Like if he does get some opportunity this game and it does well, then he's going to be hot on the waiver wire next week.
Yeah.
Mostert's never in his entire career stayed healthy. So that's
and he's 31.
Probably another reason. Yeah. So, yeah, I think he's a great ad if he's on your wire. And I mean, he was on the wire in quite a few of my leagues. So I was aggressive in picking him up. That's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially with all these injuries this week. Like I just, tossed Ayuk on the IR and picked him up in every league I could. So.
Yeah. All right. Are you good on the Broncos Dolphins?
I am.
Okay.
Yep.
The Los Angeles Chargers are 0-2 taking on the Minnesota Vikings, who are
the Minnesota Vikings.
0-2. Yeah, you're Lizzo, Minnesota Vikings.
Yep.
Yeah, man. The battle of the 0-2 teams. Who's gonna come out victorious in this game? I'm excited to find out.
I have the Chargers in this game. I think it's going to be extremely high scoring, and I think the Chargers are a better football team. I think I really just think that they're a better football team, and the way that last season ended for them, I think they're, they know if they start 0-3 here, then there's a good shot they do not have playoff hopes. So I think they kind of they play with a little bit of a sense of urgency here. So I'm excited to see. Excited to see it. I think it's going to be a super fun, high scoring game. Smash the over. It's at 54, and I think that you're going to see Kelly. Eckler's out, so I think you're going to see Kelly's going to have the game that everyone was hoping that he was going to have last week.
Yeah,
Keenan Allen and Mike Williams are going to continue to do their thing, and then Hawkinson, Jefferson, Addison would all be good plays as well. But to me, it's going to be a shootout, and the Chargers win by a field goal.
I want to pick the Vikings, but I'm taking the Chargers. The Chargers, as of right now, have let up more passing yards, and Kirk Cousins has just been slinging the ball. So that's the reason why I want to slide with the Vikings. But I just think the Chargers offense is really going to be giving it to them this week. Josh Kelly, for those of you that picked up Josh Kelly and started him last week and got that dud, do not sit him. Do not sit him this week just because of the bad week match or the bad week last week. Don't be afraid to start him. Put him in your lineup. He's going to have a big game. And other than that, I mean, Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson's going to have a monster game this week. So, yeah, that's going to be exciting. I'll probably grab him in a DFS lineup.
Gee, it is. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm good there.
Okay. New England Patriots are 0-2 taking on the New York Jets in New York, and they're 1-1. I mean, this game is I have the Patriots winning this game just because to think of the matchup with Bill Belichick versus Zach Wilson, that just is a no-brainer to me. I think it's going to be an ugly game all around. I think the Jets defense, they have to come out hot and heavy this game with the first 2 weeks, or that loss last week was definitely. I'm sure they had a meeting or something that said like, "Hey, we have to come out and win this game. It can't be our offense. It has to be our defense." And I think they're going to bring it to the Patriots. However, it's going to be a low-scoring game in my opinion, and the Patriots win by a field goal.
Oh. This is one of my more confident picks this week. I think the Patriots win this game. I think Belichick dominates Zach Wilson. He's like 0-4. I think the Patriots have won the last 14 games in this matchup.
Yeah.
So Belichick's just going to drop a master plan that suffocates Zach Wilson. And as good as the Jets defense is, the Patriots is going to look just as good because of how incompetent Zach Wilson is going to look.
Yeah. It's going to be an ugly game for Zach Wilson.
I could see them feeding Breece Hall this game. Like
they have to. They have to know that with as bad as Zach Wilson played last week, like they need to get Dalvin Cook and Breece Hall just rolling. You got to feed them the ball nonstop.
I think with Hall, they were like, we're not going to win this game, so let's be like easy with his health, and then let's pile it on the following week. So I think that's kind of what you're going to see there out of him.
Yeah. Well, this is not a game that I'm going to be watching too closely. I'll have
the Patriots.
I'll have this one on the back burner. Okay.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah. Yeah. Not many assets I'm starting on the Patriots. Hunter Henry. I mean, Ramondre Stevenson isn't a sexy pickup this week or a sexy start. So I don't know, man. It's just I would consider starting Breece Hall, and that's about it.
Yeah, Henry. Yeah, it's gonna be an ugly game. I don't want to watch a second of it, but
all right. How about this game? It's your favorite team. Calls the Buffalo Bills are 1-1, taking on the undefeated 2-0 Washington Commanders.
Yeah, by far my favorite team. Love the Buffalo Bills. I am a Bills fan. I'm arguably a diehard Bills fan.
Whoa. Bills Mafia?
I'm a part of Bills Mafia. Fucking right. Christmas Eve last year, I was at Butch McGuire's in Chicago with the Bills coaching staff.
Whoa.
When their flight got canceled day after the game, and they were stuck with me and Butch McGuire's instead of with their families for Christmas.
I'm sure they had a great time.
Yeah. So anyways, Bills at Commanders. Bills are going to dominate. I just think the Bills are going to have another one of those games where, like last week, where they put up 38. They're going to put up 38-40, score at will. That's just a classic Bills game. That's why you love the Bills, is because they have games like this, and they just are so fun to cheer for. I think this is going to be one of those massive Diggs games. He hasn't really eaten like he can, and I can see him getting 2 touchdowns, 10+ catches, 150+ yards, and 2 touchdowns. So I'm expecting a game like that out of Diggs in this spot. Commanders are 2-0. They're a fraud 2-0 team in my mind. They're still going to get last in that division. Oh no, the Giants are dog shit. They're going to get last, but Commanders are not good. So yeah, they're a fraud 2-0, and the Bills are about to be 2-1, and the Bills are They're going to win that division. They're going to just continue to play great. I mean, look at the Bills' schedule. I want to talk about that for a second.
Yeah, go ahead. I do think James Cook might have a tough sledding this week. That Washington defensive line is really good. I think Stephon Diggs, Gabe Davis, Dalton Kincaid, that passing attack is going to be pretty active. And Verse side on the Commander side, Brian Robinson just continues to prove us wrong every week. Last week, he actually had a pretty efficient game on the ground. His yards per carry is probably the highest I've ever seen him accumulate within a game. So I don't know, man. I don't know what to believe with that Washington backfield. I'm still salty that Antonio Gibson isn't playing out.
Yeah, I mean, it's just tough because the enemy can get more creative with Gibson, we thought, and I think he still can, but Robinson's been all right in the passing game, and then he's doing just enough to keep his job. So they just really want him to be good, so they're going to keep him there, I think. But you never know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
So they're at Commanders this week. They play the Bills. Then they play the Dolphins and Jags back-to-back at home.
Oh, wow. Oh, at home in Buffalo.
Actually, no. Dolphins is in London, or
the game's in London this year?
No. The Jags, I mean, is in London.
Oh, okay.
No, Jags game is in. Where is this? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you?
Yeah, the Jags game's in Tottenham. Can you hear me?
Okay. Your internet is fading.
It says I'm full here.
Yeah, you were just you were lagging over there. So
am I good now?
You're good now.
Yeah, Tottenham. So that game's in Tottenham. So it's
where's Tottenham?
I think it's in Tottenham, England.
Oh, England. Okay, I didn't know Tottenham.
Yeah.
We got another question here, Mike. Sorry to interrupt. Offer DJ Moore and Nico Collins in PPR. Sell high or keep Collins in my ride for a while still. Casey Martin, thank you very much for the question. Kulz, what do you think?
I want to hear your answer first, being the Bears. So Casey, we're going to preface this by saying Ryan is a diehard Bears fan. He's the resident Bears guy. So I just want to see if this response is going to be emotionally charged at all before I say what I think here.
Listen, okay, I'm going to talk to you like this, all right? If somebody offer you DJ Moore for Nico Collins, you turn them down immediately. You reject that offer. You don't even respond, okay? Nico Collins is the number 6 wide receiver on the season. It's the Nico Collins breakout year. DJ Moore had a good week. You know, he finally got over 100 yards, 6 receptions. I don't know.
So rest of season rankings, you have Collins.
Nico Collins higher than DJ Moore?
Casey Martin was offered DJ Moore for Nico.
Yeah, and I'm not taking that trade. I'm holding on to Nico. I'm going to ride that out. I think Nico, from the first 2 weeks, he's looked really good. And CJ Stroud, almost 400 passing yards last week. Like, I would die if Justin Fields had almost 400 passing yards. So the fact that CJ Stroud can do that by week 2, he's only going to get better as the season goes on. They're going to be losing a lot of games. He clearly can throw the ball. So in my opinion, I like Nico Collins right now more than I like DJ Moore rest of season. I mean, Nico Collins, let's see if he can continue to do it. But as of right now, that's my feelings.
Yeah. It's a tough one. I'll agree with you. I do think Nico Collins is a top 25 receiver this season. I don't know if DJ Moore is. I want to say that he is because he's definitely a top 25 talent. But do I believe in the Bears? No.
No.
That being said, I think the Bears get better. I still don't think they're going to get the number 1 overall draft pick, and they're that bad.
I don't think so either.
I think they're going to win six games is probably my new prediction.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, I think DJ Moore gets better. So that's definitely tempting. For me, that's kind of such a coin flip, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm taking Nico. Do not accept that offer, according to Truck. So you heard it here first. All right, so let's thank you for the question, Casey. We got a few more viewers here. Make sure you guys chime in, ask us questions if you got anything.
Let me be a little. Yeah, I want to be a little bit more. Take a stronger take on that, just because I hate not giving a full answer. Nico Collins has solidified his role there. And
I'm gonna go grab another beer. You chime in.
Yeah. So Nico Collins has solidified his role in Houston. It is tough because DJ Moore, there's so much hype around him. And he was a 4th, 5th round pick, whereas Nico was just kind of a late round flyer. I don't know, around 10-ish. So the season's so early that you think about draft capital still, but to be honest, like Nico Collins' role is solidified. He is the top receiver. We know he's going to be the top receiver. Texans are in a bad division, so you have 6 games there where Collins should eat pretty well, but they're going to let Stroud sling the ball as we saw last week. So Nico's going to be a huge factor in that. So yeah, Nico Collins, top 20 or 25 receiver the rest of the way.
Yeah. And that's a nice segue into our next matchup on the Sunday slate at noon. We have the Houston Texans, who are 0-2, taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars, are 1-1. This is in Jacksonville. Who do you got in this one? I mean, it's pretty clearly the Jags for me.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. I mean, the Houston's defense looks pretty bad. I think Travis Etienne has a monster game. Same with Calvin Ridley. You saw kind of a downtick in his production week 2, but I think he bounces back to that week 1 status where he had an elite week. I think he's back in that category this week. And what's going to happen with Zay Jones and Christian Kirk? 1 week Zay Jones has got a big game. Next week Christian Kirk has a big game. I still think Christian Kirk is the better receiver, but I don't know. I don't know what to believe. I think we need to see it on a more consistent basis to have a really, really good idea of what's going on. But I like Christian Kirk to have a better game than Zay Jones. Where are you at with those two?
Yeah, I am a Kirk guy. I think he's better than Zay. I think he proved that last week. I think he's gonna have a huge footprint on this offense. This offense is going to continue to get better this whole season. And yeah, the guy I think who's going to have a massive game in this is ETN. I think he's going to go absolutely off. So big on ETN. But yeah, between the Kirk Zay thing, anything can happen for a week, but
yeah,
I certainly have Kirk there. So,
well, how about on the other side of the ball? I know we talked about this player in our weekly red light, green light episode that drops on Thursdays. It dropped today. And we talked about Dameon Pierce being a red light for us. Do not trust Dameon Pierce in your lineups this week. After we saw what he did for the first 2 weeks, like he just doesn't seem like he has it this year. He's only playing 46% of snaps, 16 touches per game, and can't get over 6 fantasy points. So stay away from Dameon Pierce. And we talked about Nico Collins. Nico Collins should have another big game. And I'm looking for Tank Dell to continue the success that he was building on in week 2. So I like Tank Dell and Nico Collins on the Houston side.
Yeah, agreed.
All right, you good there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay, how about this one? We got the Indianapolis Colts, who are 1-1, taking on the Baltimore Ravens in Baltimore. The Ravens are 2-0. Another clear victory for me. I think the Ravens win this handsomely.
Yeah, I agree. Same. I think Gardner Minshew is the quarterback. I think
Richardson's going to be out.
Yeah, come on, cut it up. Go, Eli. Yeah.
Hey, B Cork, thanks for the question. Playing Nico Collins or Watson in a PPR league? I mean, if Watson plays, I'm playing Nico Collins. That's pretty clear for me. Nico Collins.
Go, Eli.
Watson. Thank you for the question. All right, so you're saying Anthony Richardson's not playing. You think it's a Gardner Minshew. Does Zach Moss continue the success that he had week 2 in a tough matchup against Baltimore? I'm saying no.
Baltimore 3-0, continuing to look better on offense. I just don't think it's close. I don't think the Colts are good. I think so.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Big game for Zay Jones. Big game for Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews. Those are the 3 flags that I'm willing to plant. So other than that, you're kind of taking a chance on. How's this running back room shaking out for Baltimore? I thought Baltimore was going to try to go after someone like Cam Akers. What do they do now? I mean, Gus Edwards and Justice Hill. I don't think I want either one of them on my roster.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I have Gus Edwards on a super deep league, and I think he's probably the guy to own. Historically, he has been that way.
Yeah.
Or is he he's a touchdown dependent running back? I mean, we know it. We've seen this story. We don't need to that's why Justice Hill. He was the hot guy when it came waiver time because of how he fits better. But because he fits better with Monken's offense, he's going to be on the field more. He'd catch the ball, that whole story. Come on, Eli. Nice hard run. I just think we've seen this story. I don't think anything changes. Touchdown dependent from Gus. Hill may get you some catches, but nothing there is going to be,
Yeah.
Anyways.
All right. So we're both on the same page. Ravens win that game pretty handsomely. So moving on, we have the Carolina Panthers, the first 3:00 game that we're going to talk about. Carolina Panthers are 0-2 facing the Seattle Seahawks in Seattle. The Seahawks are 1-1. I think the Seahawks win this game pretty easily. The Panthers have been struggling. What was the news that came through today? Bryce Young is not playing. It's Andy Dalton. So it's going to be Andy Dalton and the Panthers taking on Seattle. Does Andy Dalton give you any more hope that they can win this game?
Yeah, he does actually.
Oh, shit. Okay. So are you taking the Panthers over the Seahawks?
No.
Okay. All right. You're more hopeful.
No, I will not be taking sorry, I'm looking. No, I will not be taking the Panthers. They're going to be 0-3. Seahawks are talking about a game I'm not going to watch. It's going to be this game.
Yeah. No.
Box scores only. I mean, I guess it'll come up on it'll pop up on Red Zone, but I don't care about either team. Seahawks are going to be 2-1. Yay.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel you. I'm more excited for the Panthers to be 0-3 and the Bears to be 0-3. The Bears own their first round pick, so let's go. Looking pretty good for the Bears draft next year. So how about that? So yeah, we're both taking the Seahawks over the Panthers. Moving on to a game I just don't really want to talk about. It's the Chicago Bears are 0-2 taking on the Kansas City Chiefs, who are 1-1 in Kansas City. Talk about the lock of the week, man. It's just, what's the spread in this game? Like 16?
12 and a half.
12 and a half. The Bears are trash. I'm sure you guys heard about what happened with the defensive coordinator. We don't have to really get into it too much, but Eberflus is now calling the defensive plays. I don't think that changes much. This Chiefs offense is just going to be walking all over the Bears, probably running all over the Bears. And it's going to cause Justin Fields to be throwing a lot, which we know what happens when he does that. Not good things. So the Bears struggle again in Kansas City. This situation is just getting uglier and uglier. The only thing I'm hoping for is Justin Fields to do what he says in this press conference, how he's just going to stop playing robotically and just kind of be himself. And if that happens, I'm hoping for a couple good drives. Show us something. Show us that you're willing to take chances. Show us that this offense can call some good plays and Fields can throw some good balls. And God forbid, get Roshan Johnson heavily involved. He needs to take over this running back room. Those three things, if I see those, I'm going to be happy. I'll be a happy Bears fan. And in a gruesome loss against the Kansas City Chiefs this week. What else do you have to add to that, Mike? That's just going to be brutal.
Yeah, I think just as an NFL fan, the best thing that we could hope is Fields opens things up.
Yeah.
I believe everything that he said.
In the press conference.
Yeah, and I honestly I told you I was back on the Bears.
Yeah, you did say that.
Not as a fan, but I think that I'm still sticking with Fields.
Mike, real quick, chime in. B Cork, who do you have scoring on this drive and how? Mike, go ahead and take this one away.
Fuck. Who is their backup? Who's Ronnie Bell? He's already scored. Kittle, touchdown reception.
Oh, okay. You heard it here first from Kulz. We'll see what happens.
Kittle receiving touchdown, B Cork. Here we go, baby.
Put it on the ticker. Let's go.
Put it on a ticker. Second and 13.
Yeah, Mike, keep me tuned in because my stream at this hotel Wi-Fi sucks. And my stream went down on the game. So,
okay, I will.
I am not watching.
Yeah, it's looking like a field goal, but
no,
it's 3rd and 10. Well, yeah, I bet you it'll be a field goal because Purdy can't throw for shit. So,
okay, all right.
He is 12 for 21 with 140 yards and a touchdown, so his stats will always look good. But I mean, he almost threw a horrible duck interception to start the game.
How much time is on the clock in your stream? I just want to make sure.
151 timeout.
151. Giants. Oh, I got 156. I'm still behind you. Damn it.
So speaking of earlier, my prop.
Your prop bet?
Yeah, and Eli Mitchell has 27 rushing yards in the first half.
Oh wow! All right, so you're looking pretty good then. What was the line you had? 28 and a half?
Yeah, another couple carries, another one carry.
Nice. All right, so let's get back into it. Thank you for all watching. If you guys have any questions, trade conversations, you just want to
fire away in the chat. Let's start chatting.
Start chatting it up.
Let's get chatty.
But while we wait for that to happen, let's talk
Kittle.
about. Hey,
we got the first now flag.
Dallas Cowboys are 2-0, taking on the worst team in the NFL. The Arizona Cardinals are 0-2. I mean, this is gonna be just like the
line.
The line is 12 and a half.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus. Yeah, it's gonna be just like this Chiefs and Bears game, man. It's the Cowboys are going to stomp on the Cardinals, and it's going to be bad. It's going to get ugly.
The Kittle touchdown's back on B Cork.
Let's go.
I agree. Cowboys beat down on the Cardinals. I don't think they get anything going like they have the last 2 games. They're dominating the first half. What have they led? 6 out of 8 quarters, maybe even 7 out of 8 quarters until the end of that game.
Yeah.
So that's not going to happen here. They're going to get smoked by the Cowboys.
Something else came in the news today. Trayvon Diggs torn ACL in practice for the Cowboys defense.
Yeah, that's horrible. I feel so bad for Cowboys fans.
Yeah. Micah Parsons is still a fucking dog. So, yeah.
I mean, they're going to be fine, but like Trayvon Diggs is one of the best turnover. Like he's one of the better interceptors of the league. So as being like a Joker to Micah's Batman, it sucks for the Cowboys.
Oh, 100%. But they're still going to win that game very easily in Arizona. It's going to get ugly. How about this one? Finally, a good matchup. We can talk about something here that could go either way. The Pittsburgh Steelers are 1-1, taking on the Las Vegas Raiders are 1-1 in Las Vegas. I am curious to see who you have in this matchup and who you like as far as fantasy players.
McCaffrey rushing touchdown, of course. He's such a beast, man.
Dude, okay. Can you finally admit that Christian McCaffrey is the best running back in the NFL right now?
Yeah, he is. Besides Bijan.
Yeah, I know. It's the entire offseason you're saying Bijan.
He definitely is. I'd be shocked if they use him like this all season, but maybe they will. They probably will. So, I mean, I love CMC too. I've been on CMC every single year. I've taken him 101 for the last however many years. I've always loved CMC, so I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I know some people are bitter though. There's a guy in our league, Chris Lagan, who he took him the 2 years, first overall, back to back, where he got injured and kind of burned him. And he's been bitter every time I talk to him about it. He's like, no, I'm not. So there's still people out there. I mean, if it's, I know it's a small sample size, but
people that are really fun at parties.
All right, move it. All right. So anyway, I don't mean to bring that up. The Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Raiders. What's going on here, man? I have the Steelers winning this game, and I don't know how I feel about that.
Did we just tie every single pick? Do we just have the same picks across the board?
No, because earlier I have
You have Saints. I have Packers.
Saints, Packers. So you're taking Steelers. You know what? I'll take the Raiders. That's how much of a toss-up I think it is. I do think the Raiders can win this game, and they're playing at home. Steelers. I don't know, man. I don't know. What do you got?
Did you have the Patriots over the Jets?
Yeah,
you did. Yeah, so that's why I was saying earlier, like this is a good week for me, typically because there's a lot of favorites. I like riding favorites. That's just the way that I have always been. But I like the Steelers. I just think they're a good football team. I think Tomlin's going to have them fired up. I think TJ Watt's on a mission to break the sack record and win another MVP or defensive MVP. So, I think TJ Watt's I think him and Crosby are going to have a little D end off and see, kind of make this game a little bit gross. But Jimmy G's, he's a great quarterback, keeping the game just,
the game manager. He manages a good game.
So, Pickett kind of is too, learning, but kind of is as well. So low scoring, kind of muck it up type game that the Steelers like to win.
Yeah, if they can get that running game going, man, Najee Harris has been trash lately.
I'm going to say Pickens is going to eat. He's going to finally get 6 to 7 receptions, and he's going to eat well. So,
I like that. Yeah. How long is Deontay Johnson out? Is he on the IR?
IR, so 3 more games at least.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, George Pickens gonna have a big game, and we'll see about the Raiders, man. Devontae Adams, he has a quiet week 1, comes back in week 2 with a bounce back game. So I think Devontae Adams could have another big game. So we'll see what happens, man. I don't know, but I'll take the Raiders to get a little difference in this slate. How about this next one? 2 undefeated teams in a matchup in Tampa Bay. You got the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, both 2-0. Do you think that the Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers can continue the magic that they have going?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
No, I don't. I think that the Eagles' defensive line is too good, although their secondary is going to be so banged up. But no, I don't think they're good enough to beat the Eagles, regardless if they're 2-0 or I don't know. It's just Baker Mayfield against the defending or a team that was in the Super Bowl, the defending NFC champs.
Yeah.
So
one thing I will say, Baker's been throwing the ball pretty well. Mike Evans has been, we all see what Mike Evans has done through the first 2 weeks. He looks like one of the best receivers in the NFL still. And the Eagles, man, you can't, it's hard to run on the Eagles, but you can pass on the Eagles. This defense has been letting up some points and some yardage. So I could see Baker keeping this game close, but ultimately the Eagles win it. I don't think that the Buccaneers go 3-0, and I think the Eagles do. So what is that? Roger Goodell?
clown?
Are you calling me a clown?
No. Goodell, you never seen that?
Yeah, no, I've seen it. Why don't you go ahead and grab it and show the camera? Goodell the clown. All right, so yeah, the Eagles beating the Bucks in Tampa. All good there.
Yeah, I think Mike Evans is a surefire Hall of Famer, and he's just a fucking man. So I could see him having a good game. I could see Godwin having a really good game again. That secondary is just so beat up, so they need to get healthy.
Now that was the first Monday night matchup. This is another Monday coming up where it's a doubleheader. How do you feel about these doubleheaders on Monday? Do you just enjoy more football? What do you?
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all for the get rid of. I'm all for getting rid of the Thursday night game and having 2 Mondays every single week.
Getting rid of Thursday night football?
Yeah, it's not safe for the players.
Know, man. I know it's not safe for the players, but as a fan, I enjoy having football on.
I don't. It's never a good game. And it's just, players
5 days out of the
players
week.
Players are never in it.
No, I know. I understand the reasons why, and you're probably right. But I just selfishly enjoy having football on Thursdays. It makes my Thursdays better. But anyway, let's talk about the last game for this weekend, the Monday night matchup, which we will be streaming live. Another live stream Q&A. We will be talking our waiver, just an early waiver conversation on Monday night. We're doing a live stream at 7:30, so everybody join us. Chicago
Motorworks.
Motorworks. Okay.
Chicago Motorworks. Live free or die.
Yeah. Shout out. Okay, so let's get into it. We got the Los Angeles Rams 1-1 taking on the Cincinnati Bengals 0-2 in Cincinnati. The biggest question of this matchup is Joe Burrow. What is your opinion? What do you see happening with Joe Burrow? Does he make it on the field? What's going on there?
Yeah, because I think he plays because they have to win and he's feeling better. It looked like he practiced today. So if he can run, he'll play. And I think that he does and they win. So
they need to, but
Here we go. Field goal.
I am taking the Los Angeles Rams.
Wow.
I think the Bengals fall to 0-3, and the season starts to fall apart for them. And the Rams have looked really good over the first 2 weeks. I mean, they ran into the 49ers last week, but they still look pretty good. The defense is a lot better than people thought, and Matthew Stafford is really good at football. He's just a really good quarterback. So, and the Cincinnati Bengals defense has been trash. So, for all those reasons, I think the Los Angeles Rams win against the Bengals in Cincinnati, and that's where I have it. I guess Joe Burrow. To me, it's not good for Joe Burrow to go out there and play while he's healing from this injury. I just think you're putting yourself in a bad spot for the rest of the season.
I don't know. I mean, if you start 0-3, the Ravens are 3-0. Browns are 2-1. That's not good.
You're already 0-2 in the division.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. You go 1-2 and you beat one of these teams. You beat the Browns next time you play them, and then you're even. You haven't played the Ravens yet. You beat them twice. You're even. So, you go 0-3. You're 3 games back. You're 2 games back. That's not good. You can't do that.
Yeah,
they have to win this game. They want.
Yeah, this is a must win. It's a
they want to be in the playoffs this year. They have to win, and then they have to start winning division games like it's nothing.
Yeah,
so,
I'm saying it right now. The Bengals don't make the playoffs this year.
Yeah, and Joe Burrow could actually be injured, so that would be a problem.
Yeah, so I'm rooting for you, Joe. I'm hoping Joe Burrow can figure it out. Partly because I have him in a couple leagues in my fantasy football, so I hope he can figure it out. But I'm just
because he's the NFL's way more fun when he's involved.
Highest paid NFL player of all time, got the bag, and then now dealing with this lingering. Go Tigers. Dealing with this lingering injury, but that's brutal. All right, so that concludes all the matchups. Let's talk Survivor. We are both 2-0 in Survivor. It feels good in the Survivor League to move on to the next round. If you guys don't know what Survivor is, you just pick one team, and you can't pick that team ever again. B Cork, real quick, popping in. All I know is that I will be picking a money line in that game after last week's incident. Ha 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 ha.
What's he talking about?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure which.
B Cork, tell us what you're talking about.
Yeah, what incident are you referring to? Please let us know.
Incident. Money line in the incident game. The Bengals.
Was there an incident last week in either game? I don't know. I don't know. That's a tough call, but B Cork, chime in and let us know what's going on.
Rams field goal, 2 seconds left.
Yes.
Gosh.
Yeah, that's the point differential thing. I know it looked bad, but
McVay he wants to make the Rams fans happy that bet on him, I guess. But yeah, let's talk Survivor. So as I was saying earlier in the episode, I'm in a really good spot. I have a league, or I'm in a Survivor league where you can pick 3 teams. I had first entry Washington Redskins, New York Giants. So fading the Cowboy. It's getting late. It's getting late. My brain is just.
Kulz gets brain fog later.
I black out every single night. Washington Redskins and the Giants. So that's the fading the Cardinals entry, which I'm going to do again this week. That entry is just going to fade the Cardinals all the way through week 11. And then week 12, I run into my first repeat team. So I got an audible from there. But literally, that is just fade Cardinals from now until week 11 as it stands. The second entry, I did, what game do I think will be the biggest blowout? And I had Baltimore over Houston week 1. Buffalo over the Raiders week 2. In week 3, I am going with the Cowboys over the Cardinals.
It's a good call.
And reason being here, so entry 3, I'm just doing what I think is the best play, period. So week 1, Redskins, week 2, Giants. So fading the Cardinals, I think it's smart to do early on. So I went ahead and did that in that entry. But because I have 3 entries, I like to have one be different than the others. So that's why I went Cowboys on the entry that is not fade Cardinals like the other 2 are right now. So in that one, I took Chiefs over the Bears.
Yeah, those are 2 guarantees.
So let me talk you through my brain now, though. So we had Washington, Giants, and then this third team will be Kansas City and Dallas. So this first week with these entries, the first week that gets tough, and you're like, oh, I don't have any of the teams that are playing, the throwaway games. Then you come to you want to switch your brain into, all right, who are the best teams in the NFL? Because those are, the ones that are likely to win, right? So the reason why I wanted them to be different is because now I have Dallas and Kansas City both as options, whereas before you just throw one of the teams away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You wouldn't have the option of Dallas anymore. So regardless of entry, I'll have one of the best teams depending on matchup. Then you take the better matchup. So that's how my brain kind of worked through this week. But
all right. So who's your one survivor recommendation?
Dallas.
Pick one game. Dallas. Okay.
Yeah. Fade the Cardinals for a long time.
Yeah. Yes.
Fade the Cardinals. I'll tell you exactly how long to fade the Cardinals. Dallas over Arizona. Next week. San Francisco over Arizona.
Yeah.
Following week, Joe Burrow's going to be healthy. Week 5, they need a win. Bengals over Arizona.
Okay.
Week 6, Rams. Rams are playing good ball. Cooper Kupp's back. Team's flying high. Boom. Rams over Arizona. Week 7, Seattle. Let's see how Seattle looks at that time in the season. But these first 6 weeks, guaranteed 0 for 6 Cardinals.
Yeah, I love it. So my survivor picks, I only have one pick per week. I'm not in an advanced league like Kulz here, but I took the Commanders week 1 that panned out, and then I took the Giants last week. So I've been able to capitalize on 2 pretty bad teams that I can't pick anymore. So I'm going to continue that streak, and hopefully this one pays out. I'm taking the Patriots over the Jets. So that way, after the first 3 weeks, the 3 teams that I can't pick anymore are the Commanders, the Giants, and the Patriots. So I'm literally setting myself up in a great spot for the rest of the season, having all the top tier teams still ready to be picked. And I think this is going to pay out nicely. I don't think the Patriots go 0-3 with Bill Belichick. I think he's going to devise up a scheme to, quiet down this continue the Zach Wilson struggle, so to speak. So that's where I have my survivor pick of the week, the New England Patriots over the New York Jets.
Can I play devil's advocate?
Sure.
Devil's advocate on your pick and why I think that's tough. It's a fucking ballsy move, and you probably don't have many other chances to take the Patriots. Patriots at home against the Jets, I would be more comfortable with.
Yeah.
And listen, I told you earlier how comfortable I was with the Patriots. So I just want to play devil's advocate for a second, which you can do with anything. But the Jets don't have much to play for, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Look, their season is fucked.
Yeah.
So if they can beat the Patriots and break the 14-game losing streak that they're on against them, that seems like a pretty fucking big win, So like anything they can rally behind to dig deep, I think they're going to try. That being said, do I think they succeed? Probably not. That's why I told you I was really comfortable with the Patriots. But I could that's just like a narrative that I could draw up in my head where it's like, all right, guys, we have nothing to play for this season because this shitbird's not going to take us anywhere. He's too busy looking at all the hot mom's tits here in New York.
Yeah.
But this team's beaten us 14 straight times, 7 straight. We haven't beat them since, 2016, whatever. So they have something to rally behind in this game at home.
Yeah.
That would be my only worry there. But if you can start, it's such a good feeling in Survivor to just, knock off these teams early. So yeah, I mean, hopefully you survive that one and you're in an awesome spot. That would be my only worry.
Yeah, no, and that's it's valid. Okay, it is valid. The Jets are playing at home. The Jets have a really good defense. They didn't play that well in week 2, but they are, nothing has changed for me with the Jets. I've always considered them a top tier defense coming into the season. So it's going to be hard for the Patriots to win this game. But I just don't see how the Jets put up points. They can't just run the ball over and over and over and over again. Like, I don't think that's going to win them the game. Like, Zach Wilson has to do something to win this game, and I just don't think he does. So I'm rocking with the Patriots, and hopefully I survive week 3. I normally don't do well in Survivor, and this might be why. It might be an indication why.
Yeah.
So don't follow my lead, but watch me succeed or fail. Okay.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it for sure. One last pick 'em, please.
Ooh.
Colorado or Oregon.
I love it. I love it. Do you want to start or do you want me to go?
You can go.
All right. I think the magic stops here. I think Oregon wins this game. I think Colorado is outmatched, and that's kind of where I'm at with it. I would be taking Oregon over Colorado, even though I love what Prime's doing here in Colorado. I love that last week. Travis Hunter is still not going to be playing. He's got a lacerated liver, right? Is that what they're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Travis Hunter's not playing. Oregon wins that game.
Yeah, I agree. It's a 21-point spread. Oregon's just too good. They just outmatch him a little bit too much. Prime has said in interviews, he said we are 7 or 8 players away from being able to compete with the top teams in the nation. And what he means by that is offensive and defensive line. They just don't have the big boys, is what he likes to call it. So, yeah, you need those 300-pound linemen to have any chance and win the game in the trenches. So, yeah, it's gonna be a tough one. We'll see what happens, but Oregon's gonna win by a couple.
By a field goal.
Saw that.
Yeah. B-Cork, thanks. That's awesome. I love that. Hey, Mike, how about a bonus round real quick to tack on top of the Colorado? I'm sorry. B-Cork is going Colorado. Yeah, man, that's it's
definitely bet on it if you think so.
Yeah, it could be a big payday.
Line.
There will be a payday someday.
Hey.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, how about this one real quick? Ohio State at Notre Dame.
Yeah, I want this one. I don't know. I haven't watched either team for a full game, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
So I want to preface my pick by that. But Notre Dame supposedly looks really good. I'll take Notre Dame over Ohio State at home. Reasoning behind it, I haven't watched either team, but it just feels like a year where Sam Hartman's the real deal for Notre Dame. They have to win a big game under Freeman. I think he's going to have the team fired up. McCord is a new quarterback for Ohio State. He's going to have to prove it here in this game that he's the real deal, and maybe he is. He certainly has the weapons. what else can you fucking ask for?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. It's hard to go into Ohio State. That team is – you're going to see like three of those players go in the first round, skill position players. Mbukwe, I don't even know how to say it yet. Mbukwe.
I don't
Marvin
know.
Harrison, obviously, Travion Henderson.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, yeah, those are that's a tough team to beat, but
goddamn right it is. I'm taking the Ohio State University beating Notre Dame in Notre Dame. OSU, baby.
Yeah.
OHIO. I love it.
Yep.
Buckeye. I'm a Buckeye at heart, so let's go Buckeyes. Big win in Notre Dame. All right, Kulz. I think that about does it. Another successful live stream in the books. It is halftime right now in the Thursday night football game, so we're going to sign off and watch the rest of this game. I'm going to finish a couple more of these spotted cows here and good old Milwaukee. Got to wake up and
go
decently early for work tomorrow, but we appreciate you guys joining us. B Cork, thanks for the comments and questions. We appreciate it very much. And everybody stay tuned. We got coming up, we have a live stream on Sunday night. We will do basically live streaming during every primetime game. Thursday night football, Sunday night football, Monday night football. Sunday night we'll be talking our week 3 reactions, and then Monday we'll be getting into some waivers, early waiver wire additions or players to look at. So be on the lookout. Again, follow us on Twitter at fantasy_trucker, Kulz at Kulz_sports. Kulz, stop yawning. You fucking tired. It's past his bedtime. We gotta get going. So follow the show at Fantasy Roadshow. Check us out at YouTube at youtube.com/sportsethos. Check out the Substack at all of our written articles at thefantasyroadshow.substack.com. We appreciate you guys are the best roadies out there. And above all, buckle up.